Hi everyone. Today we're doing one of my favorite things, which is talking about what's coming out in the makeup world and just getting caught up. There are always so many launches, and I just love being in the know as much as possible and just seeing what's coming out, deciding if maybe it's something for me, deciding if I like it, comparing it to other things maybe I have in my collection or that are coming out, or things by the brand. I just think it's so fun. So let's just get into it. And we're starting with something very hot off the presses, okay? This is from Urban Decay. They are coming out with two new palettes, which are part of almost this naked line. It says here multitasking eyeshadow palettes naked shaped. It seems there are two different colors. One is more cool toned and a little bit lighter, and then there is a warmer toned palette as well. And upon first look, I have a lot of feelings on these because there's a part of me that's like, these are kind of boring, and there's also that circle shape in the middle, like just some irregular pan shapes happening, which I'm not always the biggest fan of. But when I'm really looking at these colors, and honestly, something I'm realizing is I need to stop judging myself for liking basic ass makeup, because bitch, I do like basic ass makeup, okay? This is what I'm actually wearing. If I am being real with myself and not just wanting a fun, satiating color story because that color palette looks pretty, the reality is this cool tone palette is probably something I would actually be wearing. There are some nice looking mattes in this palette, but I don't think it's just matte eyeshadow. It says experience cream, matte, shimmer, and glimmer topper eyeshadows. So there's a few different formulas, it seems, that are going to be in here. I owe you guys like 100 million reviews, but I have been testing out these shadow sticks that Urban Decay has come out with, and I prefer the matte ones of those. So I'm interested to see what the cream shades in here do and deliver on compared to the stick cream shades that they just came out with. But I don't know. I kind of like these guys. Like, I think that they're pretty. Like I said, I think I'm more partial to the cool toned one, but even that warm toned one doesn't pull nearly as warm as things we were seeing, like the modern renaissance. Like, we were really considering reds neutrals at a time. But I don't know. I'm kind of interested in these. If I'm really being true with myself, these are the type of eyeshadows I've been using and actually getting a lot of use out of, even if in the pan I'm kind of like, well, it is boring. I'm like, I'm boring. Now I love the way it looks, and that's kind of what matters. You know what I mean? Like, what I'm actually wearing, what I'm actually putting on. So I am excited for this. I'd love to know what you guys think, because I do think it's a little different, although it's still kind of in the naked line, but has like a different look to it. And I know that we all love the naked palettes. We all have like nostalgia for the naked palettes, but at some point I do think you have to come out with a bit of a reinvention of that, even if it's similar color. Like, we might not want to hear that, but I do think it's true. So interested to see how these will actually perform. And one last thing, because I swear I feel like I'm talking about these palettes for so long, but it's interesting because looking at these center shades, they look so similar to some of the mattes in the outer part of the circle, but then some of them are different. So again, I don't know if that's where the creams are or what's going on there, but I am interested in those. I definitely want to check them out. Another eyeshadow palette I did want to touch on, this is the new Mini Gloom palette from Natasha Denona. Now, I think this palette is stunning. I really do like the mini palettes from Natasha Denona for a more compact eyeshadow palette. You guys know I love a mini palette. Really is perfect for a little bit of variety, but also not too much. Now, this is a little bit of a different color story, and again, I think it is so stunning. Like, these are the kind of colors that I want to decorate with, that I want to dress in. I just am drawn to a color palette like this. But if I really get serious about, like, am I wearing these on my eyes, I just am not doing that as often. I know this is a palette past me would have screamed and died for, because it's kind of grungy, it's kind of colorful, but it still has some neutrality to it. And that was a lot of what I was looking for. I think the baby pink shade is pretty. I love that kind of like almost an olive chartreusey green, something a little grungy. There's a nice matte dark shade. It seems like that kind of white gold shade will turn a little yellow, like maybe something kind of iridescent. And then there's this beautiful teal color that again has like an earthiness to it, has something a little bit swampy or darker to it. You know what I mean? I think Gloom kind of captures it, but again, am I gonna wear it on my eyes? I don't know. I don't think so, because again, your girl's so basic. Like, the fact that this doesn't even fit me as much anymore is again a reality I'm coming to terms with. But I am very interested in the taupe eye crayon. For some reason, I want to say this eyeliner came out in a holiday set last year because I was very interested in picking up the mini set for the eyeliner alone because I love a taupey liner. Okay, there's a little commotion going on outside, so I kind of lost my train of thought, but I think what I was saying is that a taupe liner can be a little less harsh than something black or even a really dark brown. And I've actually been enjoying lining my lower lash line. I use a powder usually, but I think this taupe shade could be perfect. And I really do suggest taupe liners. I haven't tried this one. I'm very excited to. That seems like something that I'd get a lot of use out of and actually enjoy. So I have my eye on that one. But if you're looking for one, I love Mushroom from Urban Decay. That is a really great taupe. It has a little shimmer too, so you can kind of sheer it out nicely. Continuing on though, this is not eyeshadow, but it is a new product from Fenty. This is the Gloss Bomb Stacks Unicorn Blizzard. Okay, this is like an ombre looking product. It's limited edition. It's supposed to come out to an iridescent periwinkle shimmer, and we're seeing a lot more, I feel like, of these kind of iridescent colored lip glosses. This to me looks so pretty in videos. This is something that I feel like would make a splash on social media, and I do think that's like part of what brands are thinking about nowadays, but I don't know, like I wouldn't actually necessarily want to wear this, and I am not necessarily looking for it. So as much as it might be an enticing thing to look at, I'd rather have a regular lip gloss. You know what I mean? Even if it had a little bit of something iridescent. I picked up the Miss Jellyfish shade in the lip oils, I want to say, also from Fenty. And again, I just feel like from that purchase, which was mostly just the purple side of this tube, I've learned that, again, girl, go basic. If it looks too boring, that's the one you need to look into more, okay? Oh, wow, this is interesting. Something from Stila, which already is like, what? Stila has entered the chat. Okay. These are the Stay All Day Inkware liquid eyeliners, and there's a bunch of different colors. There's a blue, like navy, a bronze, a cherry noir, which I think is a really fun color, Goldilocks, which is a metallic gold, midnight hour, and silver flash. These are like inkwell looking liners. I don't know if this is the thing. I mean, they were really popular back in the day for their liquid liner pen. People loved that. The black one was super popular, especially at a time when eyeliner pens weren't as good. I just feel like there weren't as many in the drugstore section that were actually great, and Stila had a good one. So I can maybe see a little inspiration for a liner product from then, but at least for me personally, like I do not like the inkwell liners. Really, I feel like I'm not skilled enough to get some fine lines like you need with this, and even the way that I'm seeing the tip, like the brush tip on this, it's not looking very fine to me. Like just not my style, so I don't know if that's the right product for me. I hope it does well though, I'm not gonna lie, because I like seeing stuff from Stila and some of these older brands. I want them to have some comebacks, but I'm not sure if that's the product. Like I wouldn't have expected that of all things. Okay, of course there are more lip balms. We love a lip balm over here. I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting a little fatigued at the moment, and we're also seeing a lot of like banana stuff. This one from Glossier is a collab with Magnolia Bakery, which I feel like Magnolia Bakery is out here collaborating with their banana pudding with everyone, okay? They'll do candles, they have this lip balm. I swear I've seen other things as well. I just think it's so funny, but I was kind of tempted by this because of the banana pudding. I do like a banana scent, but I don't like the glossierbalm.com. So I actually had some restraint. I didn't pick this one up. I don't think I'm going to, because again, formula matters, even if it's banana. I'll just have my fingers crossed someone else comes out with a banana lip balm, because I do love the idea of that. And for anyone who loves the glossierbalm.com, it could be something to check out, especially if you love banana. A lip balm I was excited for and did end up picking up. I haven't tried it yet though. This is the Peach Glaze Pout Reserve from Ulla Henriksen. I'm already a huge fan of this lip balm. It has a really nice plush, kind of glassy look. It is a little bit thicker on the lips, but I find it really hydrating and I like the way it sits on the lips. So this is a peach version and I'm really excited. I love the packaging. Again, I really like that formula, so I thought that was a nice release. From Rhode, we're also getting a summer collection. This, I believe, just dropped, so I believe it's available currently. They have a new peptide lip tint in Lemon Teeny. So we're getting that same kind of yellow coloring, but this one is a lemon. I've really tried to give the Rhode lip balms a chance, but I'm pretty sure every single one I've had has had an issue with the graininess of the product, some more than others, and I'm telling you about a lot of them, okay? Because they are a more affordable product. They're $16. I know it's still a lip balm, but compared to some of the other prices out there. So for my experience, and also the fact that this is lemon, like not that that's bad, but specifically lemon as a scent isn't as intriguing as maybe some of the other flavor options out there. Oh wait, I just saw that they're actually raised the price of those to $20. They aren't 16 anymore, guys. They're 20. Everything's going up. Oh my gosh. Okay. I mean, this little like chain belt lip gloss holder is a cute idea. Like, let me tell you, for some marketing and for some photos, cute. I don't know if they're like actually selling those. I'm sure those could sell out. I swear Rhode sells the accessories as much as they do the makeup products themselves. Anyway, not tempted by the peptide lip tint. There are going to be some new blush shades though, or there are some new blush shades. Not me literally trying to find them on their Instagram. Can't find the shades. Like, what the heck? All the pictures are of the ocean. Okay, the new shades of the pocket blushes are going to be $24 a piece. They have Tan Line and Sun Soak. One's kind of a pinky tan color and the other is a spiced orange, almost looking like a terracotta. I love the shades. I love the yellow on the packaging too. So I think that's a nice extension. I really do like the pocket blushes from Rhode. I think they're a great cream formula. That's definitely creamy, a little hydrating, but not overly hydrating even on my oily skin. So if you're looking into anything from Rhode, they're one of my favorite items I've tried from the brand. Okay, wow. I haven't even talked about the fact that I have a microphone right now. I know. I wanted to try something different. Are you a YouTuber if you don't have a mic? I did have a mic before, but just not on camera with me. I gotta have it on with me. Okay, let's go back to something else from Fenty. This is the Diamond Balm in Lavender Lover. I love the Diamond Balm. I should bust that out. I'm gonna put that in a Shop My Stash soon. But this is a lavender kind of version of it. I think this is beautiful. It kind of reminds me of What a Brat, which is a pink like highlighter with silver sparkle. And although I think the sparkle will be a little different and that's in a powder and this is kind of like a putty formula, they give a similar vibe of that like Barbie kind of color. So very pretty. I love sparkle like this. And I do think that the Fenty Diamond Balm is just, there's something about it that's a little bit different. Like you can definitely find dupes, but there is something stunning about that Diamond Balm. And I love a color extension on that in case you're wanting something a little bit different. There's also some new shades of the YSL blushes. Now I know everyone's been loving these blushes. Like everyone loves them. The internet loves these blushes, okay? I wanted to so badly, but I don't love these more than the Gucci blushes, which you guys know I love. So I'm not sure if I'll try these. It looks like they're available in Europe currently. There's 3 new colors though: Chili Crush, Mischievous Magenta, and then Hot Mauve, which Hot Mauve seems like the one, but sometimes those like mauvey colors can look a little bruisey or just like a little bit different. So I would need to see them in store, but I mean, again, for everyone else who loves these, I think it's great that there's a blush extension. I love seeing shade extensions, so could be something to check out if you're into those blushes. I just find them a little too pigmented for every day the way that I want them to. Like I love something that's buildable for sure, but I want to be able to slowly build there, not like have to be worried I'm going to put too much on my brush immediately. So they just weren't as easy as things I already have, and I just would rather go for those. Ooh, some other blushes. These I am very excited for. They're from Ilia, and these are the Soft Focus Blurring Blushes. Now, I actually have, I feel like some of these because I picked up the face palette during holiday and it had these baked blushes in it. I'm not exactly sure if there are repeat colors. Let me go check. Drawers and drawers of makeup and I can't find the one product I need. Okay, might have decluttered that palette, so I don't think I can show you guys. I'm so sorry, but it's like the one time you declutter something and you're like, are you kidding me? I could have used it right now. I definitely could have used that. Anyway, you guys know I love a baked product. Those are some of my favorite makeup items, and when formulas come out like that, I'm definitely gonna take a second look. I did enjoy the blushes in the palette that I got rid of. It was just more the palette as a whole wasn't getting as much use. Kind of ran into the issues with a face palette. Sometimes they can be the perfect thing. It can almost feel like they're tailor-made for you, and when that's a situation, that is amazing. But a lot of the times, because face palettes are meant to be universal or as universal as possible, you might have some products in there you love, you might have some products in there that you don't. The color might just be a little bit off, but you don't really have the options to customize. So I'm very happy they came out with singles, and it looks like there's quite a few colors, so I definitely want to try one of these. I want to swatch them in person though, because they do have a bit of shimmer, and from what I remember in the holiday holiday palette. They almost had like a silvery sheen to them, which I love, a little tiny sheen in my blush, especially if it's not going to emphasize texture, which those ones didn't, but I want to make sure it's going to be the right kind of sheen, especially with whatever other color is going on. So again, you don't get that kind of bruised look depending. That can happen with shimmer. Okay, anyway, I am excited for those. I just want to like really see them in person. I've really been enjoying swatching what I can in person when it's possible. Back to lip balms because we can never escape, guys. This is a collab from Laneige. So we're getting the lip sleeping mask, which I really do love, but it's a collaboration with Baskin Robbins. So it's supposed to be like a sherbet ice cream kind of vibe. I think it's super cute. I love that they have these like little spoons that look like the Baskin and Robbins spoons, the pink ones. So adorable, very Laneige. Like they've done like this swirl twisted lip balms. Those have been really popular. The last launch, I really haven't gotten the chance to talk about them, but I smelled them in store, you guys. There's like the taro bubble tea and then the matcha bubble tea, maybe. I already know that I'm not the biggest fan of matcha. I know people love it. I wish I loved it, but I'm sorry. The matcha one smelled bad to me. Like I genuinely did not like it. And I kind of am a weird collector when it comes to the Laneige lip balms. Like I'm trying to, keep it under control, but I couldn't even do it. I was like, this smell, I'm not doing it. I'm not adding you to my collection. On top of something to just consider, okay? Because this is a lip mask, a lot of the times you would use this for bed, but when they're tinted like this, you're potentially gonna get like lip product all over your sheets. So just something to keep in mind on like how much you're gonna use it, know what you're gonna do when you're gonna buy stuff, all that. Super cute though, and I definitely wanna smell that one because I have high hopes it's gonna smell actually good. From Say, we're getting a new baked setting powder, another thing that gets me excited. You know, I love a baked product, so I definitely would be down to trying these out. I feel like I'm just in such a flux right now when it comes to my base makeup, like trying to figure out how I can have sun care and sun protection, right, on my face, and then either have some coverage, no coverage, how that's gonna last on my face, adding powder, when not to add powder, when powder becomes like a clay on my face. Like I am just struggling. I luckily have the Charlotte Tilbury back in my life, the like makeup setting mist. If you guys watch my Nordstrom anniversary sale, they have a great deal going on that. And I'm telling you, I kind of was like, I don't know, it just does something. But since I've been using other mists, I can truly see what it actually does. It does make my makeup stay on longer. So anyway, all of that was to say, I'm so chatty with you guys today. But I say all that because sometimes with these really silky powders, that's what I imagine this to be, like so smoky, really smoothing on the face. They just don't actually have the longevity for me as much as maybe some other powders. So I think in my head, I'm like already worried about that. Like, sure, my face is gonna look matte for like a second, but then give it 2 hours and it's already gonna be oily. So I wanna swatch these again. I think they look stunning. Like the powders themselves look like a beautiful mattified finish. So I don't know. I kind of want to try those, but I'm just worried. And I just feel like I've been being played by so many face products, whether it's the color of them, again, how they kind of last on my skin throughout the day with different skincare products. Like I am just struggling to find stuff that really works for me that I can feel super confident in. And I'll try stuff for a little bit and I think it's working. And then I'll catch myself in a certain light, or it'll be a particularly hot day, or maybe my skin just isn't in the best condition that day. Like I'm doing my best, but my skin is not, that can all play such a factor. So anyway, that being said, I still kind of want to try those. Hopefully it's good. Oh my gosh, is there another Laneige? It looks like there's another lip sleeping mask. This one's strawberry shortcake. Don't know when it's coming out. Absolutely so cute. It looks layered instead of swirled, which is interesting. Just like, again, thinking about how you're going to use it, you're only going to get that top layer unless you really stir it around, which I do not do. Some people like really get in there and they mix up those lip balms. I just tend to scoop a little bit out, So it would take me a while to get to the bottom of that one. Okay, a product that weirdly had me a little interested. This is from Makeup by Mario. It's the Master Mattes Long Wearing Cream Eyeshadow. As much as it says cream, it is kind of like a liquid, right? It's in a doe foot applicator. It's not like a cream shadow stick, but they are all kind of these suede matte colors, and that's also kind of the finish that's coming across. And I'm telling you, I've just been really attracted to a suede kind of eye, a suede matte finish, or again, something that's just a little shimmery, not overly sparkly or shimmery. So I do want to try these, and there seems to be a lot of great options in terms of different neutrals that might work for me. So those are kind of on my list, but as I always say with liquid shadows, some are really good and a lot are really bad. And I feel like with a matte formula, it may be maybe actually could be a little bit better or easier than the sparkle. Sometimes the sparkle is what can get kind of crunchy and flaky and also just not like apply evenly on the lid in a liquid form. So I kind of have my eyes on those liquid shadows. Ooh, okay, these Gucci blushes. Now, these are not new colors. I believe they're just repackaged, but they have a limited edition packaging, which I think is super cute. Very spring, kind of summer packaging. And the colors they made available in this new packaging are Silky Rose 01 and 04 Bright Coral. So love that. Again, like I said, I love the Gucci blushes over like the YSL. They're just my preferred formula. Very easy to wear, but also quite buildable. Okay, these ones kind of snuck by me. I saw them when Sephora launched them on the app, like a preview. You know how they do that like a day before. Anyway, these are from Danessa Myricks, and they are the Color Fix sticks. They are cream shadow sticks. Like, I need to get myself to a Sephora right now because I really want to swatch these. There are two different sides to these duos. So, you know, there's a cream shadow on each side. And I believe they all follow the format of one side being metallic, one side being foil, which I think is like more shimmery and like sparkly than just metallic. And you guys know I love a cream shadow stick. I love sparkle. I love Danessa Myrick. So like I need to get on these, but I just felt like it was kind of difficult to know what these look like not in person. And I'm sure in person these are going to shine and sparkle and look absolutely stunning because she does iridescent and shimmer and just like holographic and duochromes like the best. She literally kills it all the time. They always look so incredible in her palettes. So I definitely want to try these. I just wanted to make sure I picked the right one. And sometimes the tiniest little change in an iridescence or duochrome can either make it the perfect match for you or like, damn, the one thing you didn't like about it. So I need to get myself in store to swatch those, but very exciting. I love that so many shadow sticks are coming out. I've been wanting this for a while, so I'm definitely like enjoying this moment in makeup. Okay, another launch I was excited for, but I held back on from Summer Fridays. These are their Blush Butter Balms, and I love that they came out with these cream blushes. They did have cream blushes before. I tried them. They were in stick form. I did not enjoy them, so I'm glad they came out with some new ones. I like that they're in the compact. I do either like a stick or a compact, but I would say compact is probably my absolute favorite format for a cream blush. That being said, because these are the Blush Butter Balms, I just was like, I gotta swatch them in store. I just think I've been really once again getting plagued by so many cream blushes being so moisturizing that on my oily skin, they just don't last throughout the day. They don't set, they don't turn into a powder, and that just makes them harder for me to actually wear all day. Whereas someone with maybe combination skin or dry skin could probably wear them perfectly and it would work great. But I find like I'm gonna have greasy cheeks and I'm worried about that with these. So I decided to hold back, want to swatch them in person, really get an idea for that formula. What kind of a cream are these? Are they super balmy? Because if they are, they just might not be the right fit for me. Also, I felt like the colors were semi-similar. Like I think they could have had maybe a little more variation in color, but I think this makes sense as a launch for them just to finally have some other color products to add to their super successful lip balms. Ooh, okay, these looked kind of exciting. These are from Izumea Beauty, and I believe these are going to be basically repackaged or like semi-repackaged eyeshadow palettes. They look like little beans almost, but we don't know when these are coming back, so it's almost like a sneak peek, but it's two different palettes. One's silver, one's gold, and they're both kind of rainbow looking, and they both look like mixes or variations of the Industrial 2.0, which is one of my favorite palettes. Actually, I'm going to grab it because it is stunning. Now, this was limited and I don't believe it's available anymore. And this is what the inside looks like. So very similar, I feel like, to these newer palettes that are being teased. Just not exact, you know, and a different format also, which I don't love as much. I mean, with Izumea and the packaging, it's always going to be a little different. I've come to expect that at this point, so I'm not surprised to see something a little bit different. But some of these irregular pan shapes, I'm telling you, I don't know how to feel about it. Sometimes it's fine. I feel like maybe in this case it could be fine, as in I'll let my brain be okay with it. But I know this is color, and I just talked about how I don't wear nearly as much color, but the formula on these is just really beautiful and can sheer out really nicely. This palette has been living in my bathroom with me, living with my makeup, and I definitely, you know, just reach for it when I want something fun. And this kind of houses all the color I kind of need. So could be good. I just think that the formulas I've tried from Izumea, again, especially in that Industrial 2.0, are this perfect mix of something that is luxe and has just that like artistry and like high-end feel to the actual formulas. And for me, that makes the color that's in there more wearable as pops on the inner corner or even an all-over lid moment. I've just really loved that palette. So I am excited that a version of it's coming back. Hopefully the formula is just as good. Again, since there's slight variations, I don't know if those color stories are quite as good as Industrial 2.0, but at least there's something coming back. Another cream blush coming out. This one's from Nars. It almost looks like just a repackaging of the stick cream blushes they had before. I'm not sure if these have any shimmer to them. It says that they're going to be a soft focus cream to powder texture. Thank goodness. Okay. These are the kind of cream sticks I'm looking out for and trying to make sure that this is what I'm going after because these are going to be longer wearing for people with oily skin. I mean, I haven't tried these exact ones, so maybe there will still be something with the formula that doesn't work, but there's a higher chance of these actually staying on my skin long term throughout the day. I just love a cream to powder. It looks like a really nice range. I love the sleek packaging. I'm very excited to see that. I know, again, they had some cream blushes and I think some highlighters, but I think that's a great revamp. Okay, something I haven't had the opportunity to talk about yet, but I really want to try these in person because I couldn't decide which quad would be right for me, but these are from Hourglass. They're the Curator eyeshadow palette, and there are 6 different colors. On Sephora already, a few of them are sold out, so it seems like these are popular. They're $68 a piece, so quite an expensive quad, but I mean, their eyeshadows, they had the single eyeshadows. If you guys remember when those came out, I remember everyone losing their minds because it was so expensive for a single eyeshadow. Pop them in a palette, whether you got it in a single, the 3-pan, I think they had like a 5-pan. It was a pretty astronomical price if you actually wanted to fill those things up, and I never got the chance to try those eyeshadows, so I do love that they came out with these quads. They look beautiful. They have a mixture of mattes and it seems like some shimmers and like satin colors, and again, that's where swatching in person really helps let you know which finishes are in there. I tend to like something pretty light and neutral, so again, those are calling to me because they're all neutral and I love a neutral. Ooh, okay, if you're looking for a banana balm, this one from Prada, I definitely want to try. It is their lip balm, but it's in a banana yellow color and a banana yellow scent, which has me very excited. I think this compared to the Glossier is probably, I mean, unfortunately more expensive, but I do think it would be a lip balm I like a little bit more. So that one I definitely have my eye on. Oh my gosh, can we talk also about the Huda Beauty lip liners, you guys? These are the lip contour lip stains and they're $25 a piece, which isn't too bad for a lip liner at Sephora. Again, just like what is normal pricing, but these have a very small amount of product in them and they are a stain, like a liquid stain. I know CoverGirl has one out and they've had one for a while. I know the Palladio, I think it is also one that was around, and it's taken me a while to get into the stain lip products. I know they've been popular for a while now, but I just can't get over the fact that like depending on the stain and how fast it dries, like you can have a pretty janky lip line very immediately, okay? At least for my normal natural lips, like if you even have a little bit of creasing or anything, like I just feel like it'll feather while it's drying. But anyway, I got the Huda one and I have been enjoying it. It's already drying out though. It's already drying out and I swear I've used it like maybe 10 times. Like I have been using it and I do like the way it looks with a gloss over it. I feel like that gloss kind of helps like smooth the edges out a little bit. And also I tend to like really buff the edges as well. So I'm not just like really truly lining it full on, if that makes sense. But anyway, I do love the tip on them as well. I'd love to know your guys' thoughts on this if you've tried this product. I believe the color that I've used is soft nude, which is like the lightest neutral kind of color, which still kind of looks a little red on me, to be honest. It doesn't like actually come off brown on my skin, but I feel like I almost have a love-hate relationship, and I feel like every lip liner that I've been enjoying lately literally has no product in it. I'm like, why? I have to repurchase this every time I use it, it feels like. Anyway, what else? Oh, Sephora has some new Sephora sets. Should we go over them? There's a lip set going on. This one actually is not too bad. $45, $122 value. It does have one of those Merit lip liners in it that you guys know I love. I love the shade Beverly Hills though for something very no makeup, but like perfect. I love it. Anyway, the one in here is Capricorn, so a different color. You'd want to make sure that works for you, but you do get, I think, the full size. I'm pretty sure the full size. It's only 0.3 grams, so that seems like full-size product. But you're also getting one of the House Labs hybrid lip glazes in cocoa. You're getting a Lawless Forget the Filler mini, the new Makeup Forever lip gloss in Wherever Walnut, the YSL Love Shine lip oil in the shade 44 Nude Lavalier, that's a mini, the Tarte Plumping lip oil in cinnamon, which is a deluxe, and then the Laneige Glaze Craze tinted polypeptide lip serum in sugar glaze, which I think that one might be full size. Yeah, that one's full size, the Merit, and then that House Labs. So if those are products that would work for you or that you've been wanting to try, it could be a good kit. But as always with any of these sets from Sephora, just making sure that it's actually a good deal and you're not just getting like excited for having a lot of product that maybe isn't going to work for you. But for $45, that's the price of 2 lip products really at Sephora. So it could be a good deal. They also have the Gleamy Dreamy Makeup Value set. This is $52, $158 value. And in this one, I'm seeing a bit more minis, some good brands in here. Tower 28 Mini Lip Balm. I don't like those lip balms, unfortunately, so that one doesn't work for me. A mini of the Rare Beauty Blush. That actually, I think, is a good mini. The Too Faced Mini Twisted Ribbon or whatever, the ribbon mascara. That one is a tubing mascara, but I find it doesn't tube, like it doesn't come off in tubes like it should. So I wasn't a big fan of that. I know for a lot of people, the Milk Primer is like a fan favorite, so that could be a good one. The Refi product that's in here, let's see what it is. It's the Gloss Highlighter in Topaz. One of those products, fantasy-wise, beautiful. On me, actually, let's get real, I'm so greasy. It's not staying on my face longer. I need someone to babysit it. You know, I need to be on set and have my makeup artist babysitting it for that one to work for me. There's a mini Prada lipstick in here. There's a mini of the Huda Beauty blush filter in the shade Strawberry Cream. A mini of the Benetint's in here. That's a very popular product. That one's really come back. From Kosa, the Airbrow in Clear. And I think that's it. So lots of minis in this one. I don't know if this one's quite worth it to me, but let me know your guys' thoughts on it. Do you think this one's worth it? $52. Ugh. If you haven't tried a lot of that stuff, maybe, but it's not enticing me personally. Oh my gosh. Okay. I want to talk about 2 products that I'm like, what is going on? I'm just surprised that they came out with these and I'm like, why? So Anastasia came out with these Magic Touch cream blush and lip trios. $38 for a cream compact that looks like Ben Nye. Okay. This is reminding me of being back in makeup school. A trio like this from Ben Nye or any of those like makeup brands, like makeup brands, you know? I don't know. It's just giving pro makeup, which I will say has been a theme a bit from like past products from Anastasia, but I just don't love it. And I also don't love the options of colors necessarily. The berry rose one I think gives the most like variety in color, but the pink cool toned one are like very similar. And it just feels a little pro focused for consumers in terms of packaging and how you would use it. Why would you want all 3 of these colors in this format? I would think you would need to use like a spatula or the end of a brush or something to dig out a little bit of product to really get a good application. I don't know, just kind of a bizarre launch, to be honest. I didn't really expect it and I don't know if it was good. I don't know if I'm into it. The other product though that I was just like, it's another lip balm kind of thing. These are from Charlotte Tilbury. They're the Unreal Lips Healthy Glow Nectar Oil. Okay, so it's a lip oil instead of a lip balm, but I don't know. You tell me what you think. It's in the squeezy tube, which we've been seeing. I guess I'm not surprised about that, but they have these like images of the fruit on them and it feels just a little, I don't know, unexpected for Charlotte Tilbury. Maybe a little more on the playful side than I'm expecting, since it's more that Hollywood glamour is what I think of with the branding for Charlotte Tilbury. This is giving like Too Faced and Charlotte Tilbury collabed on lip balms. And I don't know how much I love it. Part of me thinks it's fun and like let people have fun and do something a little different. And then part of me is like, I don't know if I think it kind of matches everything, especially let's see what the price on these are. They're $25. So I guess that's kind of in line with other things. I'm glad they're not more expensive, I guess. So it is what it is. The flavors are strawberry vanilla, pure peach, pink watermelon, and it seems like all of them are pH activated. Oh, except for coconut water, which is a clear mirror shine. But then there's cherry red. That one doesn't seem to have pH. And then candy fig, which is a little more neutral. So it doesn't seem like all of them have the pH, but some of them do, which we're seeing so much of in makeup nowadays, which it disappears and it comes back, I swear. But I think I'm going to end it here. I feel like I missed so much. There has just been so much makeup. But if there's something I am missing that you think I would like or you want to see reviewed or anything like that, definitely let me know. Like I said, I owe you guys so many reviews, so I'm hoping to really get like a mid-year wrap-up coming. That's probably going to be a lot, so stay tuned for that. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you're having a good summer so far, and other than that, I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.